So this is where we're going to take a detour, if anybody doesn't mind, into alchemy. Any objections? Objections? So with an essential oil, what you're doing is you're distilling a part of the plant. So what we went into, we took a step from catnip into actually preparing an herb into something. Any herb can be prepared in multiple ways. It's not like catnip, you can make a tincture, and nettle, you can make a vinegar, and they're all able to be made into multiple different things. So now we're talking about medicine making versus what are the herbs and their uses. So when you have an herb, you have basically three parts, three bodies to an herb according to the alchemical tradition, to everything, right? You have the salt principle, the sulfur principle, and the mercury principle. That's the esoteric version. There's a lot of metaphorology in that. What we're really saying is that you have the body, the soul, and the spirit of a plant, of all things. But we in the West don't even discern between the soul and the spirit. So here's our first question. What is the difference between the soul and the spirit? Look at you, going for that. If anybody's familiar with Vedanta, right? Atma and Brahman. So simple. Jiva, Atman, Brahman. That's exactly what it is. So you said it so eloquently without all my Sanskrit lingo. So you're saying the individual versus the collective. Okay? So how do we see that in the plants? So we see that if I were to take catnip, essential oil, and put it under your nose, would you be able to recognize it? Or lavender. Let's say lavender essential oil. Put it under your nose. You can recognize it instantly, right? Or peppermint. Put it under your nose. You instantly recognize it, right? That is because that is the soul of that plant. When you distill and you extract, through distillation, you extract the soul of the plant, right? So what's the spirit of the plant? It turns out that if you take any plant and you ferment it, it makes alcohol. That's why we're wine and spirits. Right? That's where that comes from. So they all produce one spirit, right? They all produce one substance, and it's alcohol. So the body is carbohydrates, fats, proteins. The spirit, the soul, is anything that goes into an essential oil, right? So those are some terpenes, those are some resins, and those are the essential oils. That in essence is the immune system. That's the blood of the plant, right? And that's why it's not good to ingest essential oils on a regular basis, because you're taking the antibacterial part of the plant in a high concentration. So it's like only taking out of your blood, only taking white blood cells, and then injecting that into your body, right? That would give you too high of a white blood cell count. Your immune system would start to go out of whack. So the same is true when you are extracting, when you are isolating from a plant. The more you isolate and refine from a plant, the more you break it. The more you break your relationship with that plant. So a tea is one thing. You can't drink enough tea to get a toxic effect. Your body's going to be like, I've had enough damn tea, right? You make an essential oil, suddenly you kind of trick your body's ability to say, I've had enough, especially if you put it in a capsule. You start swallowing that, right? You then extract it to a pharmaceutical where it's only chemistry, right? Your body cannot know how to that you're having an overdose. Bring in willow bark. Has anyone ever tried a willow bark tea? Disgusting.
Yeah,
absolutely the most disgusting tea I've ever had. Tylenol, you could swallow four bottles, you know? And that's because you've refined it out of its relationship that you've developed. Aspirin, Tylenol.
I think that
Yes, of course we stole it. The plants. Yeah. Check out lots more foraging and herbalism videos on my website at returntonature.us. Happy trails, friends.